Who saw this coming?
I'm gonna be the best sword fighter ever.
Yeah, that silhouette was pretty obvious. Oh god, speed, defense, tempo. It looks like a new LOL variant.
Bring it on.
New Mia just dropped. It's gonna be way stronger than the other Mias. Why is he homeless? Oh, he's gonna be really busted, isn't he? Infantry, Grey Tome. Oh, a Droid War Tome. Oh, can he not even speak? Feels bad. He's homeless and he's illiterate. Is that Ilyana? Oh, weird. That's kind of a weird one, right?
I guess I could share my snacks with you, but only a little bit.
Ilyana, kind of a weird choice. I guess if she's coming with me, it kind of makes sense, right? Oh, low attack res on a 4-star focus. That's kind of cool.
It's time to eat.
And of course...
Wait up, Ike! I'm coming with you!
Not this time, Mist. This isn't for fun. I need to train.
Is this the version of Ike from the flashback? Distant Dart looks interesting, I guess. Duo skill. So this might be the one and only Ike duo we ever get. So rip to the Ike Soren
It's time.
duo.
Let's do it!
I do like the Ike and Mist duo though. That's neat.
We're off!
Who's going to be our Tempest Trials unit? I see Titania here.
Come, Ike!
Here I go.
Me too!
I do see... I saw normal Titania, so I'm not optimistic that we'll get Titania for the Tempest Trials unit. That is Boyd. I can't believe they haven't done another Titania alt yet. She could have been the demo instead of Ilyana. Low key. At least we got Boyd. Boyd is overdue. It'd be really funny if Boyd was just normal. Like he's not even aged down. Okay, and that's it. Oh, we have two really strong reds. Hello, Gaming Wolf. Well, that's two really strong units on red. Wow, I'm surprised. It's kind of like the Ascended Merida banner. I already want to pull on this, but let's do our analysis first. The art looks good on everybody, right? I mean, my overview is everybody looks good. Ike and Mist have a very unique art style compared to everybody else, right? But I'm not opposed, I like it. I'll always take the variety, you know? Give it up for No Three Houses 2022. Have we not gotten any yet? I think you might be right. We're definitely overdue. Don't worry, the Fallen banner is soon. We'll get some Three Houses then. For sure. There are separate cards of Kid, Soren, and Ike. Yeah, so like that's the thing. Like this is it for Ike duos. This might be the only one we ever get. Like with the exception of Ephraim, typically characters don't appear in more than one duo. So I was waiting to see who they would pair up Ike with. It's interesting that we've had duos and harmonics for like a year and a half, or actually more than that, maybe 2.5 years. We've had them for a while, and it's taken them this long to do like Crom and Robin and Ike and others. Mia is here. Still orange. Sharp War Sword. It's a perf weapon that accelerates special trigger. If a skill compares unit speed to a foe's or ally speed, treats unit speed as if granted plus 10. So it's like phantom speed already. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants no follow-up and dodge to unit for 1 turn. If unit initiates combat, or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants blah plus 5. Oh. Okay. So she just gets 2 really good B slots for free. She gets no follow-up and dodge. That's the speed-based damage reduction on dodge. Okay, wow. And then her B slot is open. For speed, defense, tempo, which seems like a brand new line of B slot skills. Inflict speed defense -3 on foe and neutralizes effects that grant special cooldown charge +X to foe, or inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat. So it's not guard. I thought it might have just been like they slapped guard on there. I guess that wouldn't make sense because we already have A slot skills that do that. That's interesting though. Nothing here is groundbreakingly good. Ike is pretty good since he's objectively better than Legendary. Is he? Probably. Let's be honest. It means that Roy and his dad are the only main characters not to have a dual alt. Is that true? Roy and Elliowood? I think that's true. Yeah, man. The tempo skills, I don't know how they'll compare to LoL skills. I know, like, this effect, the special cooldown, whatever we call this effect, we need a name for this. The anti-guard, I guess that's what people call it. This anti-guard effect is becoming more common. So I wonder if people would like that instead of LoL. No new perf skills this banner? Oh yeah, I guess, like, but besides the weapons, yeah. Pretty tame in that department. We power crept LoL skills just in time for them to put a LoL skill on a 4-star focus. I see how it is. Hey, at least Ilyana has a perf. That's pretty cool. And CD, that weapon, you cannot stop her from killing your ass. Yeah. She can run no follow-up and no C disrupt. I'm also happy it's Tellius, even though I would like to have more orbs for it. Mia seems good, in case that wasn't obvious. Just the new meta of infantry sword, god swords. I can't call her a sword waifu because she's like 8. The new meta of infantry god swords is to just stack up as many B slots as possible. I guess that's how it's always been. Remember when Lyn could run Desperation and Brash Assault, and we were like, yo, that's really good. I think I found a good unit to give Vital Astra to. Yeah, for sure. What I find kind of interesting is that her weapon gives her Phantom Speed. I feel like usually they would just give her +10 speed. Like, they wouldn't bother with the Phantom effect. It would just be like, no, she gets +10 speed. I guess it is different though, because like for Phantom Speed, it's like specifically stat checks where it compares like the visible stats. So I guess that actually makes sense. Okay, so I did say I quit collecting Tellius characters, but come on. when it comes to limited heroes, that's a slightly different story. Slightly. Like if this were a new heroes banner with Path of Radiance units, I would feel more or less inclined to pull. But yeah, at the very least, I'm going to spark on this. I'm not going to miss my opportunity to spark. How the fuck is the Dawn Brigade still not in the game, indeed? That is pretty ridiculous. Nolan, Edward, Leonard, whatever that guy's name was. I can't wait to get their perf weapons of Tarvos, Khalidbolg, and Luz. Soren is homeless and mute. Infantry, right? Infantry, Collarless Tome, Adroit War Tome is a perf, Accelerate Special Trigger. I have a feeling all these weapons accelerate Special Trigger. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25, grants attack res +6 to unit during combat, and the following effects will occur based on the value of unit's res minus foe's res. Okay. Wouldn't they usually word this a little differently? Wouldn't it usually... whatever. It doesn't actually matter, but I feel like they usually word this a little differently. Maybe they realize this is a little better. If difference is greater than 1 or greater than 1, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. If 5 or greater, if foe uses sword, lance, axe, bow, dagger, or beast damage, foe cannot counterattack. If greater than 10, reduces the percentage a foe's non-special reduced damage by X% skills by 50%. So it's like a Lift's effect where he just reduces your damage reduction by 50. But only for non-special skills. I suspect that he won't have that much speed. He'll have like, well, I don't know, by today's standards, like middling speed is still like okay. I bet he'll have like no more than 35 speed. Maybe even a little less. That's kind of how Soren was like in Tellius, is like he just doesn't have that much speed. They'll just give him a bunch of res for some reason. Well, I mean, he needs it for his weapon. So Vital Astra fucks him. Well, technically Vital Astra is non-special damage, even though it's on a special skill. It's very dumb, but Soren's really good. Yeah, he gets an auto double, and he gets foe cannot counterattack. So it's pretty good. Just stacks all those, once again, more B slot skills kind of getting stacked on his weapon, although I guess an auto double is not really a B slot skill. Can't believe Soren was born racist against beasts. True. I guess the advantage with Merrick compared to Soren is that Merrick is probably going to be faster, and Merrick has a perf special. So Soren's going to be stuck using Iceberg or whatever else. He'll still be really good, though. Yeah, low-key, I was kind of hoping for the Boyd, Rolf, Oscar trio as well. I thought that would have been good. Save the Ike duo for later. Yeah, man. I guess Ilyana, she was popular in the first place, right? But I feel like she's one of those characters that, like, her popularity, like, grew with Faye because, I don't know. We got the Halloween alt in 2019, and then we got her vanilla alt 2020. So I guess we haven't gotten, like, a ton of her, but 3 does seem like a lot for some reason. Yeah. It's also her second time being a 4-star focus or a demo unit. Awakened Appetite. I like her art, she looks good. Infantry Green Tome, because you aren't tired of summoning green, right? Windy War Tome. Are these all, they're all war weapons. It's kind of strange, right? A Drit War Tome. Sharp War Sword. It sounds like they named these weapons themselves. Except Soren's wouldn't be legible if he named his. Windy War Tome. Grants res +3. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is greater than 75. Inflicts attack res -6 on foe. And also, if unit's res is greater than foe's res, reduces damage from attacks during combat. Oh, and from area effect specials. By percent of difference, max 40%. So she gets res-based damage reduction, which is good. That's not as common of an effect. And also, if unit's res is greater than... Wait, hold on. If unit's res is greater than foe's res +5, foe cannot make a follow-up attack. So her perf is pretty good for a 4-star focus. Who was the 4-star focus last year? Who was it? Leon, that's right. I think Ilyana might be better than Leon, although I guess Leon got like the Raven Tome treatment. Ilyana gets damage reduction, she gets attack res -6 on foe, and she gets follow-up negation. This is pretty good. She's gonna have like 44 res, and probably kind of bad speed. She'll have like 32 speed, I bet. Also really high attack. I do like, look at how big his sword is. I like Ilyana's hood too. Yeah man, that's a big sword. Swole child. Ike has always been just completely ripped. I think he's like 9 years old in the flashback, right? Or is he like 12? I don't remember. In comes Tellius with the steel chair when everyone's expecting 3 houses or Echo's kids. That's right. I think people were expecting Tellius kids for a while, I feel like. Maybe as the banner got closer, people were like, oh, well, it's time for 3 houses, obviously. But Ike is a sword infantry. We have a whole infantry banner. Sturdy War Sword grants attack +3. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25, grants block +5. And if units attack trigger special, the following effects will occur based on the number of allies within 4 spaces of unit. What? That's a lot just for the case where you're fighting somebody with a defense special. If units attack... Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, I'm wrong. Okay. So it's not if units attack triggers foe special, it's just his special. So if unit has Radiant Ether equipped, grants following effects based on number of allies within 4 spaces. If 1 or greater, before a unit's first attack, grants special cooldown count -X. X equals 50% of unit's max special cooldown count value, rounded down. Okay. So that's like, he just, before he even attacks, he just gets like -1 or -2 cooldown. It's like special spiral before combat. Cooldown count -X. X equals 50% of units max special cooldown count value, rounded down. So yeah, he literally gets special spiral. Because 50% of 4 is 2, so he just gets 2 cooldown before each combat. If 2 or greater, reduces damage from foe's first attack by X%. X equals units max special cooldown count value times 10. So he gets 40% damage reduction. If 3 or greater, neutralizes effects that guarantee foe's follow-up attacks and effects that prevent units' follow-up attacks. So with all that in mind, well, I mean, it's not literally better than Radiant Ether 2, but yeah, combined with his perf, I think he comes out on top. I don't know, Legendary Ike has like a different way of spamming Radiant Ether, where like, if you give Legendary Ike Special Spiral, then he just gets infinite Radiant Ethers, which is pretty good. For this one, you have to work a little more, kind of. Because you still have to make up like the other 2 cooldown during combat or after combat. You could give him Special Spiral, and then and then you have like, then you'll have a Radiant Ether on every hit. Or at least one hit per combat, you'll have a Radiant Ether. Is it Radiant Ether just Quick Impulse 2 and 3 cooldown? Yeah, so Radiant Ether is just -1 cooldown. And then Radiant Ether 2 is Radiant Ether, but with Quick Impulse 2, yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying now. I guess yeah, with his perf, it is objectively better, because now he just gets the Quick Impulse before combat. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, man, he's pretty strong. Gets no follow-up in his weapon, because why not? Just slap it on there. I feel like we've reached a point where, like, for an infantry sword to be good, like, they kind of have to have no follow-up on their weapon. That's what it feels like anyway. Because otherwise, like, you kind of have to give them no follow-up in their B slot. Like, the only way to free up their B slot is to give them NFU on their weapon. Half his weapon is conditional on being next to allies. That is true, but it is pretty generous. Within 4 spaces of unit. So you figure that's like even more generous than like Ash's effects. Ash needs 3 spaces. But I mean, it is still like a limitation. It's not completely trivial, so I guess that's nice. You have to kind of think about it. It's nutty that he just gets Special Spiral before combat though. Or like, I guess it's like during combat, right? Yeah, before unit's first attack. Distant Dart is kind of interesting because I feel like that's kind of what people wanted from Distant Pressure, but Distant Pressure is like, you just get the speed +5 always, even on player phase. But you get the +5 damage, or -5 HP, I don't know. You get 5 damage after combat. I feel like this is more in line with what people would have wanted in the first place. And then he has Null Sea Disrupt for some reason, and Joint Drive Attack. He's also really good fodder. Let's check out his duo button. Oh boy. Influx attack, speed -7, and guard on foes within 5 rows or 5 columns centered on unit. That's a really big range. And inflict special cooldown count +2 on those foes. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So that's not necessarily like super synergistic with his base kit. Not compared to like Chrom, where like he grants himself debuffs and then he uses those. Pretty good duo skill. I mean, it's actually really good. It's just, it's not very often you'll get to use it, I guess. Maybe in summoner duels. That range is enormous. So you can kind of use this instead of using even Pulse Tie or whatever in summoner duels. Kind of butthurt about the lack of Titania alt. Oh yeah, he has a... Wait, does he have 45 attack? Oh, he does. 45 attack, 42 speed. Is that our highest attack stat? Have we had anybody with more attack? Maybe like Dedue with 46. I'm not sure about that though. I'm glad we're getting Boyd. That's neat. I wonder if he'll have a perf. I feel like he will, right? I think the demotes on these banners usually have perfs. Or not the demotes, the Tempest Trials units. So Boyd might actually be pretty good. Think of like Shamir, but with a perf. And probably less speed. A lot less speed and more defense. I think Boyd will probably be really good. I'll probably merge Boyd. I have the grails for it, so I'll do it. I'm not gonna like max merge anybody on this banner because I don't really have the orbs for it, but I will pull to Spark. My longest yeah Boyd ever. At the very least, I'll Spark. I'll pull all colors except blue, and we'll see what we get. I think if I miss anybody, I think maybe I won't keep going after Spark, cause I mean I only have so many orbs, right? I don't want to. Right now I have like 390. So if I waited until the banner ended, then I could almost certainly get all of them, but I think I'll just go to Spark. If I don't get Ike along the way, then we'll probably Spark him. Although I'd like Mia too. No Micaiah, God bless. Yeah, I was looking out for that possibility. The really big brain strat, I guess, would be to wait to pull on this banner until we see the Fallen Heroes banner. Because that's the next possible Micaiah alt right there. We get Fallen Micaiah, who has chosen to defend Dane by killing every last one of them outside her borders. I do want to keep this quick, but we can look at the... Well, I should say I want to keep this relatively quick, but we'll check out their reactions real quick. I don't know if people actually like the Reddit sections or not. The sections of the video, I mean. I don't actually get a ton of feedback on these videos, turns out. So I'm kind of just doing whatever. That's good. Where's the salt thread? Show it to me. Whoa! This banner got ratioed. 30 comments in the hype thread, compared to 230 in the salt thread. Wow, that's impressive. What are people angry about? Is it just the fact that Ike is a monster with like 45 attack? Really wish instead of Ilyana we got Titania? I guess I agree with that. Everybody on YouTube, like and subscribe right now. Do it. Yeah, that could have been neat. What do you mean Rip Boyd? He's right here. I guess because he's in alt hell now. Characters get out of alt hell occasionally. There's some hope for Boyd. I don't hate Ilyana, but she seems so out of place in this banner. Is it just because of Ilyana? So far, it kind of seems like it. Tellius has a lot of characters that people really care about, and I guess getting so much of one character would be fatiguing when, like, you could have done, like, young Jill or something. You could have done Valencia, like this person says. Could have been Oscar, I don't know. Titania, Riss, Valencia, Nephany. Yeah, Nephany is the one that surprises me. Like Nephany, I always perceived Nephany as being like one of the most popular. Like I thought Nephany would get 3 alts before Ilyana, surely. To be fair, Nephany did get 2 really good alts. The art on her 2 alts were both perfect, and maybe that's just all we need. And yeah, you're right, it seems like it's literally just Ilyana. They seem to really like her, or at least the food meme they made her into. She was always like that, I'm pretty sure. Like, in the games, the eating food thing was because she was constantly exhausted from doing physically... I don't even know if that's true. Was it always just a dumb anime meme? I'm pretty sure it was always just a dumb anime meme. Yeah, exactly, thank you. This person agrees, definitely. I think Fire Emblem characters are less complex on average than people think they are. I know that's like a molten hot take, but... Yeah, the voice acting on Ike is a little weird, but I like it because it's like in line with his weird voice lines from the flashback in Radiant Dawn, you know? Can we hear it? Yeah, let's listen to it again.
Isn't for fun. I need to train.
Classic 12-year-old. Sounds just like that. I'm mildly curious. Let's see what the Japanese voice sounds like. Oh, that's better, right? I thought the first voice was Mist's voice actor. I'm not gonna lie. Hi. Yeah, I like this voice actor a little better. No hate to Greg Chun, but 2 sword infantries, that's kind of true. Yeah. Like, Mia wouldn't have been my first choice either for a Tellius child banner, honestly. Mia already has quite a bit of representation in FEH. That's our 4th Mia, right? Mia is really popular, so it's not surprising, but even still, it wouldn't be my first choice. Like, at least with Mia, it's like, I think her popularity is like proportionate to how many alts she gets compared to Ilyana, where I feel like it's a little more lopsided. Yeah, it seems like it is almost entirely just people, that, yeah, they just didn't want Ilyana, which is understandable. Let's look at the hype thread. Surprised Genealogy hasn't gotten child representation yet, since kid units are literally in the name. Yeah. I think it could be neat to see like the kid versions of, you know, like Sigurd and Deirdre and all them. Tail 2. Where's my Tail 2 alt IS? I've waited. Low attack res and a 4-star focus is awesome. Implemented Soren being mute into his child alt. That is pretty cool, actually. Although his voice lines are going to be like, I guess like Bertram's, right? Oh yeah, who is Mia's VA? That's actually a good question. Because I think the VA that did the Summer Mia alt passed away. I'm not super duper certain about that, but... Voice, and... So I think this is Mia's 3rd voice actor. Her 3rd English voice actor. She looks so small. Why does she look so small? I just noticed. Why does her sprite look so small compared to the enemy? Have the child units always looked like that? That's so weird. Genuinely like an infant. It's so funny, I never noticed. What about the others? Yeah, I guess they're all like that. I never noticed. Yeah, before we know it, we might have a 4th Mia voice actor. You know, Lani Minelli, she did the voice for Mia in the first place. I think she also did the voice direction in Radiant Dawn, and then she also did Micaiah in Radiant Dawn. I think so. Child units have always been absolutely tiny. I guess I never have animations on, so I never noticed. This stream is 45 minutes long. Fuck. Okay, well, I said I wanted to keep this relatively short, and I obviously did not succeed. Yeah, Sean reacting to a Tellius moment. Yeah, exactly. We'll be here for another hour. All right, that's it. Thank you for hanging out for this extended reaction. I appreciate you guys. We'll be back summoning on Thursday, probably. Maybe the day after. I don't know for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna spark on this banner, and then hopefully I'll be able to stop after that. Join the Discord. We have a channel where we talk about Fae. Follow on Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube. Do everything. That's it. Have a good night, guys. Thanks again.